The last complex cognitive process that we are going to learn is critical thinking. After learning this session, you'll be able to define critical thinking and describe how you can foster critical thinking in classroom. Critical thinking involves evaluating accuracy, credibility, worth of information, and lines of reasoning. It is, by definition, is reflective, logical, and evidence-based thinking, and it's quite purposeful in that it is used for a particular learning goal. Critical thinking can take several forms, such as verbal reasoning, argument analysis, probabilistic reasoning, and hypothesis testing. All of these critical thinkings you have done in this activity. I'm looking forward to reading your answer and seeing how critically you have thought about the question. So this question is from GRE, Graduate Record Examination. I think some of the schools require the applicants of the graduate school to take this exam to see their analytic ability and critical thinking ability. So as some of you may have noticed, the underlying argument has several flaws. Like for instance, like even within the underlying sentence, um, they argue that because these developments will suddenly result in an increased demand for heating oil, we recommend investment in consolidated industries, one of whose major business operations is in the retail sale of home heating oil. Um, First of all, we cannot guarantee like these developments will lead to like building new houses will lead to an actual increase in demand for heating oil because who knows like maybe these new homes have more like have different sources of energy like sunlight or the wind. I mean, these days, homes are built with more like energy efficient technology. So maybe these homes may not need as much oil as the traditional homes. And also, consolidated industries, they may have a like um, big business operations in the retail sale of home heating oil, but maybe that business sector isn't a very lucrative sector. I mean, it is possible that it is not making enough money, so maybe consolidated industries should invest money in a like future energy plan. Um, there are many other logical flaws that you can find in the statement. Like, for instance, they are quoting Waymarsh University's prediction that the weather pattern will continue for several more years. But we can question the credibility of this, Waymarsh University. Where is it? Like, is it a credible source? Is it an authoritative like organization? So there can be many ways how this argument can be analyzed critically. So what's more important is again how we can foster critical thinking. Um, some of the strategies that are listed in the textbook is teaching fewer topics at a greater depth, encourage intellectual skepticism. This is related to having students endorse more of a like flexible epistemic beliefs. We can actually model our critical thinking. You can provide those kind of questions where you can foster critical thinking, and I think other strategies are quite straightforward. Um, like other complex cognitive processes, such as problem solving and creativity, it can be difficult for teachers to incorporate the components of critical thinking into their lessons. They may be busy covering the academic content when they're teaching English or mathematics or social studies. However, I want you to think about how you can incorporate some components of critical thinking so that your students do not develop not only content knowledge but also the competency to evaluate and um, analyze certain information. You can do so by having them discuss and debate about controversial issues that are related to certain topics that you may teach, or you can try to like embed certain like critical thinking skills in more authentic activities. That's it for this week's module, and please submit your reflection.